Hello, friends! My name is Anna, and today I want to share a story that happened to me quite recently. A story that turned my world upside down and made me rethink everything I knew about love and marriage. This video is created to be enjoyable to listen to anywhere, in the car, during dinner, while walking, or simply relaxing. So, enjoy the story wherever you are. My husband, David, is a true gift of fate. We've been together for 10 years, and I truly love him. David is a wonderful husband and a great father to our daughter, Liza. We've always supported each other in everything, and I always believed that our love was unbreakable. But recently, something happened that I could have never anticipated. It all started on an ordinary day. I received an invitation to a class reunion. It was a great opportunity to see old friends and reminisce about the past. David supported me and said that I deserved an evening of fun. He stayed home with Liza, and I went to the reunion. The party was fun. We laughed a lot, remembered the old days, and shared news. And then I saw him. My first love, Alex. He looked just as wonderful as he did back when we were together. My heart started pounding when our eyes met. We began talking, reminiscing about our past, and it felt so easy, so natural. We continued our conversation outside the party. Alex told me about his life, about how he got divorced a few years ago and how difficult it was for him. His words touched me deeply, and I felt not only sympathy for him, but also something more. The same feelings I had for him in my youth. We started meeting more frequently. There were lunches, walks, and long conversations about life. I knew I was betraying David, but I couldn't stop. It was something more than just physical attraction, it was a return to the emotions I thought I had long forgotten. One day, we ended up at his apartment. It happened suddenly, without any plans or arrangements. It was something irresistible. We couldn't fight this feeling. And here I am, standing before you, telling this story, not knowing what to do next. After that night, I came back home. David, as usual, greeted me with a smile and asked how the evening went. He didn't notice anything suspicious. But I felt like my world was falling apart. Every shared moment, every conversation seemed fake to me. I couldn't look him in the eye, knowing I had betrayed him. The following days passed in a tense atmosphere. I tried to behave as usual, but thoughts of Alex wouldn't leave me. We continued to meet in secret. Every meeting was filled with passion, but at the same time, I felt incredible pain and guilt. Alex said he understood my situation and didn't want to destroy my life, but I could see that he was suffering too. Alex and I often discussed our relationship. One day, sitting in a cozy cafe, he took my hand and, looking into my eyes, said, "Anna, I know you love your husband. And I don't want you to suffer because of me. But what are we going to do next?" His words confused me. I didn't know what to say. I loved David, but I also felt a strong attraction to Alex. These meetings with him were like a breath of fresh air in my life. But I understood that I couldn't continue living like this, torn between two men. One day, after another meeting with Alex, I came home late in the evening. David was sitting in the living room, reading a book. He looked up and said, "Anna, you've changed a lot lately. Has something happened?" His question struck like a bolt out of the blue. I didn't know what to say. My heart was pounding in my chest. I felt that I couldn't hide the truth any longer. Sorry for possible errors in dubbing or text. I am not a native speaker, and I'm still learning. If you notice something that can be improved, please let me know. The dubbing of this video is done with the help of artificial intelligence to make the content more accessible and engaging. Your support and feedback in the comments are important motivation for me. They help improve the quality of the content and inspire new ideas. If you like what you hear, subscribe to the channel to not miss new releases. David, we need to talk, I finally said, sitting down next to him. His face became serious. He closed the book and looked at me. What happened, Anna? You can tell me everything. These words were the final straw for me. I couldn't keep it all inside anymore. I told him about my meetings with Alex, about how we reconnected at the reunion, and about what I felt for him. David listened to me silently. His face showed no emotion. But when I finished my story, I saw his eyes fill with tears. It was unbearably painful. Anna, I never thought you were capable of this, he said quietly. But I understand what happened. We are all human, and we make mistakes. I couldn't believe my ears. Was David ready to forgive me? He stood up and walked to the window, looking out at the night city. We need time to think things through, he said, not turning to me. I think it's better for us to live apart for a while. These words were like a knife to my heart. I understood that he was right, but it was unbearably painful. David packed his things and left to stay with his sister, leaving me alone with Liza. Those days were the hardest of my life. I didn't know if David would come back or if he could ever forgive me. I understood that our family might be destroyed forever, and it was unbearable. But at the same time, I felt that I had made the right choice by telling the truth. Lies cannot be the foundation for a happy relationship. When David returned, he said that he wanted to try to rebuild our relationship, but it would be difficult. He said he needed time to trust me again, and that we needed to work on our marriage together. I agreed and promised to do everything possible to fix my mistake. We started seeing a family therapist, talking openly and honestly with each other. It was a difficult process, but gradually we began to find common ground. David saw my efforts and slowly began to trust me again. We worked together to rebuild our love and create a new, stronger foundation for our family. One day, after another therapy session, we were sitting at home, talking about our past. David said, Anna, I know it won't be easy for us. But I see that you really want to fix things. And I'm willing to give us another chance. These words were a real relief for me. I felt that our love was still alive, that we could overcome this difficult period. We continued to work on our relationship, and gradually our marriage grew stronger. This story taught me a lot. I realized that love is not just a feeling but also a responsibility. I understood that lies and betrayal can destroy even the strongest relationships. And I realized that true love requires effort and a willingness to work on oneself and one's relationships. Friends, if you find yourself in a similar situation, remember that there is always a way out. The main thing is to be honest with yourself and your loved ones. Don't be afraid to speak the truth and work on your mistakes. Only in this way can you preserve and strengthen your relationship.